Alright everyone, hello again. This is episode 2 of the Unofficial Talking Badlands show. I'm Gavin Morse, the host, and my co-host, my dad. We're going to talk about episode 2. We just got through watching it. More of an introduction into, on this one, on the Widow. Not to be confused with Black Widow, even though she does kind of look like Black Widow from the Avengers, in my opinion. So just real quick recap of the last episode. If you've watched it, if you haven't, please go check it. Please go check our previous one. Not even getting into the cinematography thing. Basically, story up so far is there's barons, rulers, chiefs, whatever you want to call them, little rulers of territories, and supposedly each of them have an ingredient for opium. How to make opium, whether it's oil. Right now we know about the poppy seed from the head, the God, I can't remember his name on top of my head. The other Quinn, thank you, Quinn, the other baron. And then we've got Widow, who has the oil. So I'm guessing she actually has not like an oil to cook it in, more like oil to
process it into opium.
Yes, what he said. Got to hear a couple of the people's names. The boy in question in it is named MK. So he's the one.
The mystery boy.
Oh, punch you. The mystery boy everyone's looking for. Sonny's the regent or head clipper of Quinn. Then we got Quinn's son Ryder, who actually played a little more of a role in this one compared to the other episodes. So starting off, basically, the first scene is actually the Widow walking into a pretty much strip joint. And she walks up to a guy, and it's her former clipper. Or regent, I should say. So she wants to bring him back for an alliance, and then all of a sudden, she looks around, boom, she gets attacked. Do you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, it's typical. It was a typical botched hit. They tried to take her out, but she just proved way too much for them in the process. The guy that she was trying to bring back, that was her number one regent or assassin, whatever you want to call him, he got killed in the process. In fact, he was the first one taken out. And she went ballistic because they were trying to take her out, and in the process they took him out by mistake, or maybe on purpose, don't know. It was determined.
I will say this, the fight scene and the little strip joint fight scene probably was very good, especially the first maneuver when she, after her former regent died, threw an axe to the head, which, that hurt me. First technique she did was a beautiful twist kick. I mean, you guys don't know martial arts, just literally just turn your foot this way and hit. Very nice. Though I would like to see how they did it because she had high heels on. Any martial artist can sit there and tell you, especially any women martial artists, sit there and tell you it's impossible to walk on high heels, and I don't know how they did that. So I would like to see how they did that personally. She's very much of a knife user. She's got throwing knives, very short knives for in close combat, very direct to the point. She uses her surroundings to her advantage, uses her agility. Not afraid to, I mean, there's one guy in there I kind of felt sorry for. She pretty much killed everybody quickly except for one guy. I mean, she boogered him up pretty bad. I mean, it's probably at least about a good 20-25 stabs and slashes all together.
She sliced and diced him like a bologna.
Piece of bologna, yeah. Moving on, from there, the next scene, we get introduced to her daughter, who is throwing the little butterfly shurikens, as we see. She kills a squirrel. I kind of feel sorry for the squirrel. You kind of sit there and see also, at this point, is Ryder, Quinn's son, says, nope, let's keep on going, and it's the Widow's territory. That's what I'm going to go to. So he's pretty much already setting plans. He'll do what he needs to succeed. He's loyal to. It seems he's loyal to his father, but at the same time, he's money grubbing for power too, to prove himself. and that's a dangerous thing. We get to see, this time we actually get to see the widow's home. All of her clippers wear blue. Actually, her whole area wears blue except for her. She wears black. So very much difference. I'm kind of seeing a color scheme in this. Is Quinn's red, she's blue. So there's probably going to be green, orange, and purple. And I'm either going to suspect them to form Captain Planet by holding their hands up together. Do a Power Rangers. Or Power Rangers. I'm sorry. It's just we haven't seen any of the other Barons yet or any of their Clippers. Kind of curious about them, but continuing on, MK, the main boy, he's got the oh crap, I'm just being put into the fire because Matilda, the daughter, brings them to her home, which I'd say is a nicer home than the fort. It has more of a elegant European style to it, where the fort looks like a old-fashioned
Southern plantation house.
Bingo, basically Southern plantation house, and Quinn talks like a Southern plantation hick. All right, this is somebody from the South saying that. We see a little bit more of Matilda's daughter, kind of questioning. She's young, she doesn't fully understand. Her mother's very calculating, very cold-hearted. Precise. She has a plan. She wants to execute it a certain way.
Right. She wants to, like you say, cold, precise. Her plan is basically to get others around her. One group that she invites in, that she's even said, if you help me scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, and that I will help you acquire a territory where you can become a baron. You come in and help me take out Quinn, Sonny's baron.
Yeah. We kind of see the fact is she's dealing with the nomads, some of the nomad tribes. They're, pretty much will take whoever pays us money. Continuing on for this whole segment right now on that is we're seeing the fact that she wants to take down Quinn. And they know Quinn has a powerful Clipper force, alright? But she said the other barons will follow. So I'm kind of having a speculation, though, even though the other barons are not present at this time, that the other barons are pretty powerful as well. They're just kind of like, it's just trivial.
They don't want a war.
They don't want a war. I'm expecting one baron to have probably not as many forces as Quinn, but for all of his clippers to be, one clipper is like 10 of Quinn's clippers. I expect there to be a regent pop up in Sunny and everything. They all have that, oh crap, I've never faced a person like this guy before. And Tim Butt says they're probably going to wear black. I quote that. If I guarantee you they're going to wear black. Let's see.
Okay, from there we'll move on to where Quinn decides he's going to take a trip outside the fort with Sonny. Of course, Sonny is wondering what in the world's going on. And what they do, they go and visit a doctor, a real doctor, not in terms as we know a real doctor. This guy would probably be maybe a second-year resident at best.
Technology-wise, probably about a doctor of the 1920s, 1930s at the most right now. We
1920s, 30s.
We do see the fact that they do have photography. The photography is older. So we're guessing about around that time when the pictures was taken. It was, it's like early 20th century on that. He does have X-ray. X-ray's been around for over 100 years now, so it's an early X-ray.
He takes X-rays of Quinn. He's always complaining about headaches. I suspect he's complaining about headaches. And I thought to myself, well, it's going to come up that he's going to have a mass in his head. And sure enough, he's got him soon, and the doctor doesn't know what to do about it. He hasn't had any training or any experience dealing with any type of trauma quite that bad.
Right. From this, though, he sits there and tells him you'll live to basically see the winter. If you're lucky. He doesn't give him any promises. He says you're going to get weaker and everything. Basically sit there said,
You go downhill fast.
yeah, he'll go to, and he can't handle it. Kind of get the feeling is you're a good man. From anybody who's watched any type of film, read any books, you're either going to see the guys who just go up and kill him, or say, you're a good man, thank you. That's the first sign that, okay, I need to grab something because he's going to come back and kill us. And lo and behold, he tells Sonny to go kill him. Click them. They're my enemies. They have something that can destroy us. Which he should be more worried about. I just got some bad news. We need to have a family meeting and we need to start preparing. No, he basically sits there and has the idea that he's going to die, but he's going to he's going to be at the top until the end.
He's going to go in a blaze of glory kind of attitude.
So Quinn refuses. And part of the reason why Quinn refuses is the doctor and his wife are the ones who raised his girlfriend, the one who's pregnant with his child. That is their daughter in all practical purposes. Quinn refuses. Oh, not Quinn. Sonny refuses. Quinn takes a sword and goes kills him himself. We kind of see a more sadistic side on Quinn this time. He's already a megalomaniac. He talks about also at one point before they were heading over there how his father died. He was a cog or somebody worked in the fields. He went to the previous bear and said, I want to be a clipper. He sits there and says his first kill was the first time he ever felt alive. And when he says it, he's like, first time I ever felt alive. And has that very demonic possessed look on his face. So pretty much he is a psychopath in my opinion, because he has no remorse for killing. Doesn't think about it. It's like, nope, you're in my way, I'm going to kill you.
You're a sociopath.
Bingo. From there, we kind of get his son, Ryder. He's basically at a whorehouse. All practical purposes. That's what it's called. Sees a girl with opium.
That has the stamp of some that came out of their fields. It was processed by them.
So he asks her where she, of course, found it or got it. And basically he submits her, choking her, said, where'd you get it? She tells him, and basically, as we can already tell, this is a setup by the widow, which it is. It's a setup by the widow. So this is where to get rid of Ryder. Now something interesting, which I'm kind of curious about, is Ryder is missing his 3 of his toes on his left foot. So there's probably going to be a story behind that, what happened. And that's probably going to be the sacrifice she talked about. He sacrificed.
Yeah.
So he probably has some other injuries we don't know about. So you kind of get the feeling that there's going to be a setup of, oh, you're going to die. MK tries to escape. Gets caught. But Matilda does the whole thing. I'm going to act like we're making out and everything. Basically gets told leave now. Nomads take them. Alright?
So no, we know she's a new soldier.
New soldier. Yeah, there's a bounty for MK's head. So they knock him out and throw him in the trunk. Ryder confronts his father and tells him, hey, there's a old turbine factory. This is where our stuff's being held. And Quinn basically sits there and says, alright, what do you want to do, Sonny? And Sonny suggests, let's me and Ryder go. Because Sonny's trying to keep the peace and says, hey, if I can,
Go check this out.
Go check this out with him, this will, kind of keep things from that's been tension up lately. Well, lo and behold, they see them, they walk in, and it's an ambush. Classic ambush. They were tricked, everything's been removed. Of course, they know who Sonny is. Ryder, useless, gets pretty much chained up, by a chain and flung up about 15 feet in the air. So he's choking while the fight scene's happening, which I might add was a very, very good fight scene, which I'll talk about here in a second. After the fight, MK shows up because MK kills the last guy, the head leader, stabs him right through the back. Now it gets,
was choking out son.
Now it gets interesting. Ryder's alive, very much hurt. And now it comes with the whole point is, so he tells him, "Go. How'd you get here? It doesn't matter." Which, here in a second, I'll explain how he got freed. All right. MK, basically, sister says, "I lied. I know how to get out of the Badlands. I know how to get home." Sonny knows he can't leave, so he makes a deal with him. Okay, I'll teach you how to fight, but you got to take somebody with you. Basically, sister says, "You got to take my girlfriend and my child, and you got to protect them. Do you understand?" Okay. They ride back. The Baron's going to kill the boy, choke him to death, and Sonny lies. Basically, said, "This is the reason why we're still alive." Which is technically kind of a half lie, half not. He doesn't let anybody know that Sonny is the one who released him. And finally, basically expresses his loyalty to Quinn. Sister says, "Okay, Widow did this and everything. Prepare. This is war." And that's where the episode ends. MK, the reason why he got released, he had a butterfly shirt again that Matilda gave him. Alright. Kind of get the feeling, you can already sit there and tell by the first scene when you see Matilda, see the boy peeking through the side. Okay, there's going to be a love story there. I already know. I mean, that's...
Oh, yeah. Too cliche.
That's like classic Disney cliche. Except this time it's the boy looking at the girl and not the girl looking at the boy.
Well, it is the 2000s.
Yeah, I know. The widow, I would have to say, is fairly young. She's probably in her 30s. Early 30s. Probably, maybe at the most, maybe 33 years old. I'd say she's pretty good as a martial artist. For all the stuff she knew. Very flexible. Very much more Kung Fu style. I could tell one of the maneuvers was a jumping style that she did. As well as...
you can tell when they put a double in two.
No, they don't do doubles.
Yeah, she had double.
She had a double? I had to check it.
Have a double.
As before, they did wire work. Can't see the wire work. The fight scene with the Sonny was in is probably one of the best. One of the best multiple fight scenes I've seen. Sonny still gets hit. Doesn't show that he's invincible, but the showing of different techniques and use them for all practicality has not been seen in a long time. Besides the fact every strike was a death strike. He was using his swords as he was before. He did like almost a breakdance maneuver. Some people call that the starfish, which actually is a very good maneuver to do on somebody, especially if somebody has a weapon. But he pretty much chopped everybody's legs apart. Anything with a...
Like he was hitting them in the legs instead of trying to go high. He was being practical, which is very realistic. As he went around doing starfish, cutting their legs,
and their heads.
And then when they fell down, he'd catch them higher or wherever. Basically, he was getting them out of the fight where they weren't able to fight him.
I'd say the only guy I really felt sorry for was the head guy throws one of his axes at Sonny. Sonny blocks it and hits the other guy right in the chest. I kind of felt sorry for him. Just because the fact is, he was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
With Ricochet.
The fight scene there was very good. The camera angles were good. I've seen a little bit of definitely more of the old-fashioned panoramic view of fight scenes where they used to, especially in the old Kung Fu movies, where this says, okay, action, like I said before in the last video, is kind of panned around. But I can see there's some editing clips right there where they go from more to cinematic look. I would like to see all the different angles. That's just me personally. Very much good use of the terrain, not staying in one place. moving around. Everybody who's doing it is well trained.
The interesting thing about that particular fight scene, I noticed most of the lower minions, all they had was just one axe instead of two axes. I found that very interesting.
Yeah. So I guess they're
not as well trained as some others.
I had to look very close, but I was seeing kind of the same stunt people in the previous episode. But that shows that they have a good crew. That they're going from one episode to another. They're not just, okay, we're going to get a new crew because we want to make them look different. It seems that they're really much using the same group of people for all the scenes. They're just making them look different. So that's actually a good thing. That's actually kind of cheaper too, in the long run. I mean, like unlike Walking Dead, which they can get zombies, left and right. Okay, you're just gonna walk here. Okay, do this. That's easy to do. But to train somebody to work with somebody else is a lot harder. You might be a trained martial artist, but believe it or not, it's going to at least take a good couple of days of constant training for you to feel comfortable doing something with somebody. Because you got to see how they move, how fast you got to adjust to their movements. Even in a fight scene that's been choreographed, it takes a while. I think I've done a minute fight scene, and we came up with it within a day. Me and one of my students, and we practiced about 6 hours on it nonstop, making it look good. I mean, by the time we got done and we did a demonstration at Labor Day, actually we practiced on Thursday. That was a very long weekend. That was my 72-hour weekend. But we even, like we knew how each other moved, how it is. We did it with the music, and it looked good. It was only a minute, but that minute was better than most people do 2 or 3 minute demonstrations. I have to say right now I'm enjoying it. I think in the next one there's going to be a lot more fighting, a lot more arguing, turmoil. So that's my opinion. Sorry for not being as more detailed on this one as we were in the last one. I'm kind of just tired from this past weekend. You got anything you want to add?
Yes, a very important thing that came out too. Sonny went to go see his old teacher, who was the head regent at one time. He's now wheelchair bound, and we're definitely going to see more of him. He's not going to be just somebody wheelchair that you only see every now and then. He's going to have a lot of input. He still has a lot of influence over Sonny. We can see that Sonny, although he is loyal to the Baron, when he refused to kill the doctor and the doctor's wife, he has a code of honor, very Bushido-like.
Bushido.
Yes.
Alright, next episode 3 we'll talk about after we watch it. It'll be in the next couple of days. We're going to try to get caught up before the new year. I guys will let you know. I'm going to be posting videos 2 times. If you haven't noticed, this is on my Shinto Shiranu page. But if you look at the link below, I'm also going to be posting them there with a couple other things. I'll be doing 2. So if you guys can also make sure to watch this on the other page. Alright, this is my personal page right now. But if you're watching on the other one, just look me up at Shinto Shiranu. If you got a question on how to spell it, just leave a message and everything. But the other page I'm talking about is called Strong Path Entertainment. It is linked with our Strong Path Production page. The only difference is between Strong Path Productions is our full videos that we're going to be doing of our drama or martial arts films we're doing. That's just the production page. Entertainment page is where we do like our reviews, TV shows like this, or anime, or movies, announcements, or little vlogs that we're going to do. That's associated with Storm Path Productions. I'm still going to be doing things here on my personal page. Just I might say just hey guys, what's up and everything, and give you a little hint of what's going on. So you guys gonna have to kind of like both pages. I'm also going to do my gaming on this page right now until Might do some special game with Strong Password Entertainment, only because I might have the others there. But right now, my gaming's going to stay on here and some other things. But please go down, like the link below. One of our other members already put something up on the new Star Wars film that just came out. Haven't seen it yet. Want to go see it here in the next week or so. But that's it for episode 2 of the Unofficial Talking Badlands show. Like I said, will be a little more entertaining the next time around as we were for the first episode. Episode 3 will be the next couple of days. And like I said, we're going to try to get caught up before the new year. So by the new year, we'll be doing these on a weekly basis more instead of every couple of days. All right, I'm Gavin Morse.
I'm Gary Morse.
You guys have a good night.